team. I think when you return, 3 all-conference players and then probably one guy that should have been all-conference and Troy Brennan too. You get a little bit of a security blanket there on the defensive end, and that's a good thing, especially while we have a new younger offense in there. So familiar faces on the defensive end is always a good thing, and Claude's been good for a long time, and it's his senior year, and hopefully he was the MVP of the league last year, and hopefully he can repeat that honor again, and seniors usually step up to the occasion, and these guys have already stepped up, so I'm very optimistic as to their performance level this year. I can remember like 2 or 3 years ago when everybody was like, well, we're losing Schmidt and Schleicher and all those guys, and who's going to step in? And it was Conway and Tono.
Right.
So I think we've got guys like like a Colin Tucker who's been around for a while, who'll have to step up, but everybody will say, oh, look, here he comes. Everybody's expecting Tucker to get the ball, but I think we'll surprise you the fact that we've got 7 or 8 guys that can swing the ball around anyway. And we've got dependable guys like a Jake Baker as a senior and a Pat Camilla as dependable seniors to, really, pick up the slack, and we'll have some of these new young guys that we've been working with for quite some time now get an opportunity to fill the net as well. I think we have a legacy to uphold,
right?
Here at Emmaus, and I think that's a very important thing, and that's why I liked and wanted the job, and was thankful to get the job. And I think here in year 4, it's different because every single kid has been through the program with us for 4 years now, and our little kids that were freshmen when we first started have had us for 4 years, and there's a system in place and a way we do things, and it kind of makes things actually a little bit easier. There's a culture around here that's been around and sustained for a while, and the wins and losses has been coming with it. So we're not trying to change too much. We just need to take advantage of having these new guys step up like they have in the past few years, and moving in the future. Hopefully we just keep reloading it year after year. We're hearing a lot about Easton being the guys that have the bullseye on the back. We don't like that too much. And, but if people want to put the bullseye on our back, it's what we want. So, it's what we want. And, we'd like to defend our title. I feel like a heavyweight fighter a little bit. And wanting to, until you take that belt from us, we're gonna hold on to it. And that's kind of where the focus is, I think, this year.